What's happening, folks? This is your boy A Major, and this is my first ever video showing you guys the process behind some of my production. And for this video, I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of one of my singles, Don't Sleep, featuring a fellow collaborator of mine, an artist from Toronto named GuudBuud. And for those who want to hear that song, it's provided in the description below. There's a link to the song and a link to the music video, so you guys check that out. Once again, it's in the description. But for now, I'm going to show you guys the process behind the music for that song. So first of all, the idea I had with this beat was I wanted to go for something soulful with an offbeat rhythm, syncopated vibe to it in the drums. So if you really listen to like some of Jay Dilla's work, you would notice that some of his beats had offbeat rhythms in them. So that was the feel I was going for this beat. So now usually when I start off with a beat, I start with the drums first before I get to anything else, for the most part. So I'm going to show you guys here what the drums sound like before we get to the rest. So here's how the drum beat sounds. You can hear that syncopated rhythm. And what I did to create that syncopated rhythm is to the top right here where you see the finger, there's a knob for the swing on the step sequencer. And I don't know if you guys can really see it, but the knob it's slid all the way to the right, and what that does is it gives the beat a swing effect. Now if you slide it all the way to the left, of course it takes away the effect completely. Now before, this was difficult because I didn't know how I was going to be able to achieve that syncopated rhythm that I was looking for. So what I did was I played around with this knob, and it just magically created that sound. It created that exact rhythm that I was looking for. So I was very happy with that. Now as you see, I got a kick that I chose for it. Kind of sounds like a real drum kick. Got a snare. You find that. That's not it. So this was the snare. This was the snare that I used. Hi-hat. If you hear that, kind of has like a tinny sound. So that's the hi-hat that I used. You know. Of course, the kabasa and vibro slap. So as you can see to the left, to the far left, all the folders I got all the folders open with all the instruments that I used. Of course, I got a triangle. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that basically sums up the drum part of the beat. Now I'm gonna show y'all the rest of the components, the arrangements. Now I added a keyboard part. Now for the keyboard part, I used a Rhodes, which is from this plugin called the Harmor. So it's a Rhodes. Now interestingly, I added some reverb to that keyboard that kind of gave it like it's called a late reflection preset, and it kind of like, you can hear it like has like a delay effect. So I used that, and it came out sounding like this. So I found that pretty cool. The bass line you won't be able to hear until you guys listen to the song yourself through some earphones or headphones. But I got a bass line in there. You can see I used a plugin called the FL Slayer for the bass line. So this is what it looks like right here. And remember when I was talking about it had like a jazzy, well, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but this has like a jazzy feel to it as well, this beat. And that is mainly because of this saxophone part that I added in there, tenor sax. Now, if you guys listen to the song, you'll notice that in the hook, that's where the tenor sax comes in. And then I also added a piano part from the FL Keys plugin. It's a preset I used called the Broken Piano. This is what it sounds like. So that basically sums up all the parts I added over top. So as a whole, this is what the whole beat sounds like. Wait. Turn on all the parts. So this is what we have now. Yeah. Of course, I mixed everything down afterwards, as shown here on the master channel of the mixer. So I used the fruity limiter here. You know, I set the preset to like the max loudness or whatever the name of it is. It's like it's called max loudness though. Of course, there's like different types. You have max loudness, slight saturation, max loudness except noise. But I think just the max loudness is what I used. But yeah, the fruity limiter is very effective for, you know, preventing any peaking here, shown on the peak meter. You know, just keeping it controlled and free of distortion. I used another plugin called the Soundgadizer, which is responsible for loudness. Loudness is very important for the music. Parametric EQ, which is like one of my most favorite plugins to use, you know, arranging the frequencies. So as you can see here, I did some adjusting with the high ranges, the mid ranges, and the low ranges, the frequencies. Of course, I added some reverb. There were certain other instruments I added some reverb onto as well, and I used different presets of reverb for like each channel just to give the sound that variety. I would just use, like, there would be a preset for small studio, large hall, cathedral, so I would just like kind of alternate between those presets. And then I used another parametric EQ, but it's a parametric EQ2, and as you can see here, this signifies, or this shows the kick that the music has. It's a preset, it's a kick preset right here. So that's what I used. It shows that waveform. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. There you have it. This was basically the process behind my Don't Sleep song. This was like, these were all the components of the beat. So you all be sure to check out the song and the music video. Once again, the links for those are provided in the description below, so check it out, see if you guys are vibing with it. And until the next video, until next time, I'll catch y'all later, man. A Major signing out.
You know we all gotta stay grounded, killing fat beats and ounces, ripping these streets with a conscience.